Ever wondered why everything seems to fall apart right before your life shifts into something greater? Why chaos always arrives just before clarity? Why endings always come before expansion? Why loss arrives right when you thought you were ready for more? It's not punishment. It's not bad luck. It's not the universe turning against you. It's the algorithm testing your upgrade. Because before the universe expands your reality, it checks if your frequency can hold the next level. Every transformation begins with disruption. The moment your consciousness asks for more love, abundance, peace, truth, the field begins to rearrange itself around that new command. But before it gives you the upgrade, it must test your stability. Can your energy remain coherent when everything around you shifts? Can you hold the frequency of what you asked for even when external reality says no? That's why relationships break, jobs dissolve, plans collapse, friendships fade. Certainty crumbles, not because you're failing, but because your old vibration can't carry the new code. Think of it like this. You can't run advanced software on outdated hardware. The system crashes. The universe knows this. So it doesn't just hand you the upgrade. It stress tests your energy first. It's the cosmic equivalent of debugging. The system needs to see what fragments still resist evolution, what beliefs still cling to limitation, what fears still whisper louder than faith. And so it introduces friction, not to destroy you, but to reveal what still vibrates out of alignment. Because what's untested cannot be trusted, even by the universe. In quantum mechanics, systems under observation behave differently. This is called the observer effect. The act of measurement itself changes the outcome. Now imagine that every challenge you face is a form of measurement. The universe observing whether your energy has stabilized into its new frequency. When you say, "I am ready for love," the field sends you moments that test your patience, forgiveness, and self-worth. Not to punish you, but to see if love is just a word you say or a frequency you embody. When you affirm abundance, it checks if you still react from fear or scarcity when bills arrive, when opportunities delay, when others succeed. These aren't contradictions. They're calibration sequences. Each difficulty is a data point, the field analyzing if your emotional algorithm is coherent enough to hold the new pattern. In neurobiology, stress reveals adaptation. Muscles grow under resistance. Neural pathways strengthen through repetition under pressure. In physics, pressure crystallizes matter. Carbon becomes diamond only under immense heat and compression. In life, challenge refines consciousness. So every time reality squeezes you, remember, it's not against you. It's shaping you into a vessel strong enough for what you asked for. The universe isn't cruel, it's precise. Coherence is the true currency of the universe. It's the alignment between what you say, what you feel, and what you do. When those three collapse into one frequency, reality obeys instantly. The quantum field responds not to words, but to coherence. But before coherence becomes power, it must be proven. That's why the universe tests you through contradiction, situations where your words and emotions are tempted to separate. You declare peace, but someone provokes you. You declare trust, but uncertainty rises. You declare love, but old wounds reopen. You affirm success, but failure knocks at your door. It's not cruelty, it's synchronization. The field mirrors the gap between your claim and your vibration. It shows you where the signal is still noisy, where your subconscious contradicts your conscious intention. Once that gap closes, the test ends automatically. Not because you forced it, but because your energy stabilized. And the lesson? You never pass by force, only by frequency. Trying harder doesn't close the gap. Being consistent does. Living the truth you claim does. Embodying the emotion you seek does. The universe doesn't grade effort. It measures resonance. Think of existence as a conscious training ground. Every experience is designed not for comfort, but calibration. Your soul is not collecting trophies, it's refining data. Each emotion you master upgrades your signal bandwidth. Each choice made from awareness, not reaction, expands your code stability. That's why you meet the same patterns until you respond differently. The same type of partner, the same type of conflict, the same type of loss, because the universe never punishes repetition. It simply repeats the lesson until integration occurs. Pain is not the test. Your reaction is. The universe doesn't watch what happens to you. It watches what happens through you. When chaos meets calm, evolution is confirmed. When betrayal meets forgiveness, the code updates. When loss meets gratitude, the frequency rises. This is why some souls evolve faster, not because they're blessed, but because they stop resisting the feedback loop. They understand every test is an invitation to coherence. Every breakdown is a breakthrough disguised as destruction. Every ending is the system uninstalling what no longer serves the new operating system. And instead of fighting it, they let it happen. They observe, they feel, they choose differently. That's mastery, not control. Conscious response. There comes a moment in every awakening when you start noticing the pattern. You stop saying, "Why is this happening to me?" and start whispering, "What is this teaching me?" That question flips the code. It turns suffering into data, chaos into communication. Suddenly everything, heartbreak, failure, silence becomes language. The field stops feeling hostile and starts feeling intelligent. You realize it's not testing your worth, it's testing your readiness. Can you hold the frequency of what you asked for even when the mirror shows you something else? Every storm you survive updates your resonance. Every loss you forgive upgrades your emotional software. Every moment you choose truth over fear, you're literally training reality to mirror resilience instead of resistance. And when that lesson integrates, something magical happens. The tests stop repeating, not because life becomes easier, but because your energy stops needing proof. You've become self-verified. The universe no longer needs to check if you're ready. Your frequency already confirms it. That's when synchronicities multiply. Doors open before you knock. Opportunities appear without effort. People who drained you fade naturally. What you need arrives exactly when you need it. Not because you manifested harder, because you became coherent. When you finally pass the test, there is no applause. There's peace. Everything that used to trigger you becomes silent. Criticism doesn't land. Rejection doesn't sting. Uncertainty doesn't shake you. Because your frequency is no longer dependent on external validation. Opportunities appear effortlessly. People who drained you fade out naturally. Synchronicities multiply because your field is finally in tune with your future. This is the upgrade, not a gift, but a synchronization. The universe doesn't reward, it reflects. When your vibration stabilizes at a higher frequency, new realities lock in automatically. Think of it as software alignment. Old timelines uninstall. Limiting beliefs. Delete. Toxic patterns archive, new possibilities install. Aligned connections activate. Higher frequencies integrate. And the system runs smoother because the user, you, learned to stop resisting updates. From this point, manifestation feels instant. Not because the universe changed, but because you did. You became compatible with what you once chased. You stopped being a request, you became a reflection. The field recognizes you not as someone asking for abundance, but as someone who is abundance. Not seeking love, but being love. Not hoping for peace, but radiating peace. That's the shift, that's the upgrade. That's when reality bends not to your will, but to your frequency. So the next time life feels like it's falling apart, remember it's not collapse, it's calibration. The universe doesn't test to punish. It tests to confirm that you've become the person your next level requires. Before every upgrade, there's friction. Before every awakening, darkness. Before every expansion, silence. Before every breakthrough, breakdown. That's not the end of your code. It's the system compiling a higher version of you. So breathe, hold frequency, don't react from fear, don't collapse into doubt. Don't abandon the truth you claimed just because reality tested it, and let the update complete. Trust the process even when you can't see the progress, because transformation doesn't happen in the visible. It happens in the frequency. When the test ends, you'll realize it was never the universe testing you. It was you, proving to the universe that you were ready, that your signal was stable, that your coherence was real, that your frequency could hold the weight of what you once only dreamed of. And when that moment comes, when the upgrade finally installs, you won't need to chase anything anymore. Because reality will reorganize itself around the frequency you've become. That's not manifestation, that's recognition. The universe didn't give you something new. It remembered who you always were beneath the noise, quantum core, where consciousness meets code.